Hello, ladies and sisters. This is Adia. I'm a health coach, and for those who do not know me, I help women that struggle with polycystic ovarian syndrome and hormonal imbalance get their health back and thrive. I have been living with polycystic ovarian syndrome since 2007, and so it's quite 15 years now that I have learned a lot on how to manage these conditions naturally without taking the birth pill control and at the same time without synthetic drugs. So, if you have decided to try for a baby and no baby is still coming, you are just counting your months when you expect to become pregnant and no pregnancy is arriving. I know how you're feeling. You're feeling frustrated, you're feeling obsessed with this baby thing, and at the same time, you feel stressed. I know, dear sisters, I have been there. So this is why today I'm drinking this coffee with you, and I'm going to share what helped me get pregnant with polycystic ovarian syndrome. If you do not know my history on how I got pregnant and how much I struggled with polycystic ovarian syndrome, I invite you to watch my video that I did last week in my YouTube channel. Summarizing, when I was 25 years old, I got diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome and other autoimmune disorders on top of that. So when no baby was coming, I went to my OB-GYN who diagnosed me with these chronic conditions. And at the time, I have never heard about what polycystic ovarian syndrome was and how to manage it. So I just relied on what my doctor told me, and basically he told me that if I wanted to get pregnant one day, I had to go through the route of ovulation induction, and if no baby still will come, then I will have to do IVF. So that was just like a terrific news for me. So what I did as a person who have always loved to go through natural routes, I tried to Google and search for every possible natural remedy on earth. I tried different supplements, and of course I found a lot of good supplements and a lot of good herbs that can help you manage polycystic ovarian syndrome. But for these things, I will talk in another video. Today, I'm going to concentrate about about my history on how I managed to remain pregnant. So. I was searching a lot. I was searching night and day, and I was feeling just frustrated with a lot of information. I was trying to eat right, doing yo-yo diets, doing a lot of diets, very restrictive ones, so that I could lower a little bit my weight and maybe get some chances to ovulate more irregularly. But still, I had a lot of menstrual irregularities. I had hair loss, hirsutism, so a lot of typical symptoms of polycystic ovarian syndrome. And at a certain moment, I realized that I had to say stop. I had to let it go. Everyone around me told me that if I wanted to have a baby, I just needed to relax and everything will be fine and the baby will come. But I couldn't realize this kind of advices and opinions until I reached the bottom of the whole thing. I was feeling very stressed, and I decided to take that route, the route of letting go. So what I did, the first thing is that I begin to train my mind and my brain. As I now have searched for different articles that can relate stress levels to pregnancy rates, I have found a lot of articles that emphasize the fact that higher stress levels are connecting to lower ovulation rates and to lower pregnancy rates. So I decided to lower my stress levels through different activities. First, I did Kundalini yoga. This is a specific type of yoga in which, of course, you do exercises, but at the same time, you work a lot with breathing techniques and mindful breathing. And it helps you a lot release all your stress and all the frustration. And I remember that at the time when I finished my yoga sessions, I was like a reborn person. I think that helped me a lot. Another thing I did was I tried to journal, not every day, but at least every other day. So I sit in my morning routines, and I tried to write everything that came in my mind and in my heart. I wrote down all my emotions, and I felt that after finishing this kind of process, I felt much more relieved than in the beginning. So I think this is another thing that helped me a lot at the time. Also, I tried different relaxation techniques, like, for example, the ETF technique. This is a very specific technique that deals with tapping. You have to tap yourself in different parts of the body, and in this way you can lower your stress level. If you want to know more about all the things that I mentioned now, I'm going to put some general links in the video, so you can search about it and you can try what you find appropriate to. Another very important step that helped me at the time was that I decided to work with a health coach. Yes, I was trying to exercise, I was trying to eat healthy, but I felt that I was doing just a mess because I didn't know how to do things in the right way, and I had not the willpower to focus on a certain type of healthy eating. So I was more obsessed with the terminology of the diet, or of the idea that I was dieting, than on eating healthy. So I needed someone who could be accountable for me, and could follow all my goals and all my achievements at the time, so that I could gain energy and I could feel more confident to continue to do those kind of activities. So this was quite a very important decision that I made. I worked like a 3 to 4 month period with a health coach, and after that, I learned how to eat healthy and how not to be obsessed about calories and macros and diets. And I realized that in this way, I felt much more comfortable with my body and with my confidence. This was quite a very big step forward for me. Except this, the third thing that I think helped me a lot was the fact that I jumped into spirituality. I just decided to let it go, and to let the idea of becoming a mother to surrender to something that is much more bigger than me. And you can call it God if you are religious. You can call it energy. You can call it universe. It depends on your points of view in points of view that you have for the life. But I think that it is quite important that we surrender to something, because taking control of everything just makes us go out of our minds. We cannot control everything. We have just to control what we can do to make things better and to achieve certain goals. But what is not in our hands, and what we cannot control, we just have to let these things go. So I tried to travel around the world. I remember that I did a lot of trips at the time, so I was like enjoying life and feeling life in its every day. I was feeling fresh. I was beginning to have emotions, because all those times and all those months when I spent all my time googling and searching for things and obsessing over trying to conceive and pregnancy, put me really, really down. So for the first time, I remember that I began to enjoy life, and gradually I understood that I wasn't thinking about trying to conceive anymore, and that this was quite a big step forward. And the fifth thing that I did was that I took care of my body in a persistent way. So after I finished to work with my health coach that was specializing in polycystic ovarian syndrome, uh, I uh, I realized that a lot of the goals I have achieved now were part of my routine, were part of my everyday activity. So all my outdoor activities, my exercises, my healthy habits were now part of my routine and of my day. And I think this helped me in an enormous way to balance my female hormones, and most of all my stress hormones, because as you may already know and you may already heard and read, cortisol levels, that is the hormone of the stress, is much more higher in women that are struggling with polycystic ovarian syndrome than in women that have, let's say, normal hormonal levels. So to finish, I think that the power of mind is and of the soul is tremendously impactful in our day life. So I just recommend you to sit down, to write a journal from time to time. Write down all your emotions, all your thoughts, all your feelings that you have every day. You can do some meditation, just 5 minutes, not that big deal. You can exercise your mind through breathing techniques and through breathing exercises. You can do very little steps forward in order to go smoothly and not get stressed about things that you have to change in your life. So just let go of what doesn't serve you anymore, and I bet that something very beautiful is coming into your life. If you like my videos, I invite you to please put a like in this video and subscribe to my channel, as this is quite a new channel. And if you have questions and if you want to direct message me, you will find the links in this video. Have a nice day and happy weekend. Bye bye.